Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the Bat Châtillon 155-58. It's the Tier 10 French SPG. This one's located on the south spawn of Mines, and it's under the command of Angelina75 of OLIMP. And this is the first replay for the weekend lie-in competition. Game on! I suspect there'll be a lot of changes, as of course many of you have been changing your crew skills to actually make these vehicles work harder and better, and this is going to be quite interesting. First replay I've seen using the Bat Châtillon 155-58, and you can see that Angelina is using the concentration skill right from the start, and she's still waiting for her replay to reload rather, to go into the magazine. Okay, so you have to sit there and wait a long time whilst the enemy gets up onto the other side of the hill. Okay, it looks like first target's going to be the Super Conqueror. And she's loaded. Okay, now who's the first one? It will be the Super Conch. Bounce out. Lands next door to him. And Angelina changes position just slightly to avoid counter battery. Okay, she's got plethora of targets here. Looks like it's going to be the Camp Fantasy, but nope, she just... Oh, she is going to go for him. Rounds out. And she... Looks like it bounced off him. Okay, got two Artys firing together at the same area. The other Arty on our team's an Object 261. Last shell in the magazine, going for the ST2, but she decides instead to go to the Super Conch. Then she sees this T110E3 at the back and thinks, well, he's got to stay still in order to receive the shell. And yet again, the shell bounces off. I think Angelina's a little worried about knocking that tree down, because of course it might give away her position if she did. Now that Concept 5 jockeying about. Oh, we just saw a tracer coming from the water. So, and we know where the other one is. He's down in the corner near the rock in the water. But one of the enemy Arty is definitely out in the water, middle of the water, in Nigel's spot, around about C1. Tessek rounds out. Oh! That shell went very long and exploded way behind him. Angelina's reloaded and changing target, going for the Camp Fantasy. He just gets hit by the Object 261, and Angelina gives him an immediate gratification of 111 stun assists straight off the mark. He'll be happy with that. It's not a gratification, it's a gratuity, actually. That's completely the wrong word to say. But Angelina is now firing in the last round after the Tessek didn't seem to get anything there. Okay, ST2 still in the centre, hugging that rock, bouncing backwards and forwards, makes him a nice easy target. The Super Conqueror hasn't moved very far either. Now the standard reload for 3 shells is 48.86 seconds. Angelina's got it down to 45.26. And you can see the tracer coming out from the corner where one of the enemy Artys is located. Okay, she's almost there. Go for the Super Conch. Fires it in. Now it appears that the enemy Arty was firing in this general direction. We can see some of the tracers coming in from all the way up the other end. And yes, we just got stunned by one of those shells. In fact, it looks like both enemies were firing in this general direction. And one of them, the enemy Arty, is a Bat Châtillon 155-58 like us. Okay, so we're using concentration skill. The Object 268 over on the island, and there's the STB1. 268, well, you need to hit the sides of that vehicle if you can, but the STB1 is sitting behind the rock. Rounds out. Yep, that's a hit. M361. That's a better position to be in when shooting at the side island, or the middle island. She's looking at the K91. He's hiding a little way back. Now, trying to hit the ST2 is difficult because that rock you see there, that tower tends to get in the way. Unfortunately, none of the other enemy tanks are in sight at the moment, so it might be a good idea for Angelina to change position altogether, move away from this corner. Okay, oh, another target. Panzer 7's come back. You can see he was hit before, and unfortunately that one didn't work, so Angelina changing position to go into cover. You see two of the rounds, one hit the front. Oh, he's gone. The Concept 5 got him. Now the ST2 moves back, and of course he's very low on hit points. And our Object 261 makes a meal of him. Now, the other Arty is definitely over in this corner. It appears that he's behind the rock, but he might be moving out or changing position every now and then to avoid counter battery. Rounds up. That will, of course, tell him that we know he's somewhere in that corner. Changing position again. The good thing about this Arty is the fact that you can change position so easily just by moving forwards or backwards. Now, looking at the mini-map, you see they do have that Tessac still there. He's a splash kill, so if we fire around and it gets close to him, he could expire straight away. Looks like the 261's also firing for him. Oh! Object 140 hiding on the corner. Tessac firing. Oh, he gets taken out by the Vickers. So one of the tanks he was firing at fired back. It also looks like that Concept 5 on the enemy team is very low on hit points. We're looking over. Oh, Strib 103. That's a good target because very thin armor. Rounds out. Direct hit. Oh, that's definitely going to earn some hit points. You see now we're moving out from that previous position because basically the enemy's now sitting in the corner and nobody can actually spot us by going onto the hill. Okay, one of the enemy arties just got spotted. There he is. He made a quick shoot and popped back into cover. The other one, the Conqueror gun carriage, was in C1. He was on Nigel's spot, but he's now dead. Okay, T110E3, we're almost loaded. Rounds out. That's 156 and some stun. Now, can we get a shot into the Strib? I think we might be able to. There's only two left on the enemy team. That's one hit. 279. They've only got 936 hit points left. It's the Object 140 and the Strib 103B. That's all they've got. Now, can we put a round in just in front of the Strib? All you can see is the top of the vehicle. That might be enough. No, unfortunately it wasn't. We're in full reload now. It's just the Strib left on the enemy team. Oh, he managed to kill our E5. But he won't kill all of them, and the Concepts come up as well, and he gets the final kill. Here's the end of battle stats for the first game, and it's a second-class tanker for Angelina75 in the Bat Châtillon 155-58. She managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, she managed to get 9. And she got a win rate of 1,217, which is good, but not special. Normally, Angelina gets much higher. It is a start, as she said. It is a start to the contest. Let's have a look at the team score. Well, Angelina only got 1,522 hit points of damage. The high scorer in that game was the Concept 5, who got the last kill of the game. He got 4,466 hit points of damage. Second highest was the Leopard 1, who managed 3,859. The third highest was the Concept 5, the other Concept 5 on our team, who got 3,638. So Angelina's a little way down the table, but it is a start. When it came to kills, she didn't get any at all, but the high scorer was the Concept 5 again. 5 kills to him. 3 kills went to the Object 261 on our team, and he also got a Confederate. And 3 kills also went to the ST2 on the enemy team. And 2 kills went to the IS-7 and the Vickers 3. The IS-7 picking up a Spartan and the Vickers 3 getting a Confederate. And on the enemy team, their Striv 103B also got 2 kills. When it came to base XP, it was Concept 5 again. Yes, he's got the top in all 3 columns. 1,204 base experience points out of that one. Yes, it was Rennick. And he's the only one to get over 1,000 base in the game. 953 went to the Object 261 and 933 went to the Leopard 1, with Angelina picking up 771 in that game. She fired 15 rounds. She got 7 direct hits on the enemy, but none of them penetrated, I'm afraid, because it is a 155mm howitzer, which is only capable of 680 alpha. 10 splashes as well, 1,522 hit points of damage, all of it at more than 300 meters. She did receive one hit by way of splash, because the enemy Arty did lob a couple of shells into the corner, and she did get stunned by one of them. 6 enemy vehicles were damaged, none were killed, but she did manage to get 331 hit points of assistance and 1,989 hit points of stun assist off 13 stuns. On a premium count, she actually made 30,813 credits from that game, and she picked up 5 bonds for it being tier 10, and 2,313 experience points out of it as well. So it's not a total loss, but it's a good start. It's the first game we've received for this weekend's line competition, and therefore Angelina is definitely in the lead. But Talon has sent in a replay already. Yes, it is fairly quick. In fact, because of course I've been away from the videos for a while because my broadband, well, it didn't go down altogether. It just kept cutting out, which was very annoying. But yes, a few other replays have come in since, and obviously we've got Talon's next. So let's see how he gets on in his first replay. The second replay is in the M40, M43, the Tier 8 American SPG, and we're on the southwest spawn of Arctic region. Game on! Okay, Talon's moving into the corner to find a firing position. It's got a standard reload of 35.72. The normal reload for this Arty is 44.7. So he has knocked 9 seconds off the reload time. Obviously, with the new skills, he'll probably knock even more off that. Okay, ready to go. You can see the concentration skills already come into effect. Fires the first round in at the T2064, but he'd already moved through the screen, and it looks like that shell might have fallen behind him. He's relocating to avoid counter battery. They're very hot on counter battery on the NA server, so it's very advisable to actually find a new firing position. Okay, T26E4 and a Patton tank. Rounds out the pack. Well, it landed between them and did damage to both of them with splash. Now, the figures are, it's capable of 900 alpha, 52mm of pen, 10.4 meters or 10.5 meters on the burst radius, with between 12.5 and 28 seconds of stun. Now we're looking towards the south, and we can see one tank has actually moved up right to the front, the Progetto 66, but the others are being a bit timid and they're holding back. Now, can he put the round in between those two? Well, it went long instead, and the Tier 60 was the only one who actually got stunned out of it. Again, moving forward. Yeah, as you can see, the Progetto took a Hesh round right in the front. Was it a Hesh round? No, that's a heat round, rather. It's purple in colour. Hesh rounds actually come out as yellow for HE. Okay, Tier 60. Tries it again. Lands right next door to him for 255. You can see that the enemy are pushing up in the north. There's a whole bunch of them moving to that corner, so it looks like our guys might have to pull back. Either that or be fighting it out over that corner. We're almost loaded again. Looks like the Progetto's going to get it this time. Yeah, direct hit for 264. And it looks like the shell actually impacted on the lower plate, because you can see there's a yellow stain there that wasn't there before. And that's obviously where the HE round impacted. Okay, Talon's looking to the north. There's a Unit 16 moved up into that dip there, which is actually quite a good firing position to fire from, as long as you don't come too far forward, and then that happens. Then that was a very big hit from the Waffenträger, who just fired a round right into the Udas and took 856 hit points in the process. But the Udas got revenge on the Waffenträger and took him out. So, direct hit on the Bat Châtillon 12 ton, 411. Now, as you may know, the rules of the contest are that it's the best replay, best video for Arty, or best, not video, but the best replay in terms of mastery first, then it's based on medals, and then after that it's based on the win 8 if they are still matching at the end. So at the moment, Talon's got to get at least a second class tanker and the medal and a better win 8 in order to beat Angelina. Now he's waiting, I could see he was waiting there for a Barask or a T26 E4 to come around the corner, and the E4 has come around the corner now. Just after you look away, that's when the enemy normally shows up. Okay, he's fully dialed in. Oh, rescue balloon. He's right at the edge of his field of fire, and that makes it very easy to get a sudden rescue balloon. Rouse out. Right next door to him. And it looks like the enemy Blesk has just turned up on that corner as well. In fact, actually, I think the Blesk just killed our Scorpion. No, it was actually a T26E4 got him. So now we've got a bit of a problem, because these enemy have pushed on that corner and they've now trapped around that corner. But our guys are putting up a solid defense to try and stop them getting any further. So the Pat's decided to move. He's taking the dangerous route down there. Oh, splash for 191. If you get too close to the edge, it's very easy to fall in. I've done that a couple of times. Of course, I was very new at the game at that point, and I thought, wow. And I did fall in accidentally on one occasion, and I got rammed in on one occasion as well. Somebody decided to drop me in there. Okay, we've got the 50 TP, we're dialing in, almost ready to fire, but he's pulling back. Rounds out. Right in front of him for 412, and it's at this point the Strip 1030, the Tier 9, comes into sight. Now, he is a decent target for us because, of course, he's very thin armor. It's a Tier 9 game with Tier 8 tanks in it. course, Angelina had a tier 10 game. Now we're using the concentration skill to dial in quickly. So useful, that. Rounds out. Again, right in front of the enemy tank. But it's another 392 hit points. And that T-34B is a one-shot. Definitely a one-shot. He's only got 65 hit points left, so a near splash is going to be enough to see him out the game. We're only seconds away from shooting, and the T-34B suddenly comes into sight again. Can we get a shells in there? They've lost their CC1 Mark II. And he claims the T-34 as well. Now looking to the north, we can see an IS-3, and the 50 TP is just behind him. You can see there's a couple of wrecks in there. There's the Waffenträger wreck, the one who got taken out by the UDAs. And he's being shoved forward, so it looks like he's being moved about to actually create a kind of defense. He's building himself a little nest in there. Rounds out. Well, that's the wreck. He just hit the Waffenträger and it stunned the IS-3. Probably took some damage off him as well. And oh boy, is he's picking up stun assist off that. So yes, the stun did work. And I think the IS-3 is about to pop. He's only got 43 hit points left. Okay, there's only 3 enemies left on their team. They've got a UDAS 16, a Strip 1030, and a Lorraine 15551. And Talon now using his W key to get closer to the enemy so he can get a more accurate hit in shorter time. A lot of Arty players, or people who aren't regular Arty players, forget to actually get closer to the enemy because they realise, or most players realise, at the end of the game you can get very close to the enemy and shorten that time before the shell hits the target. And that means you don't wait, you can aim accurately at a target, you don't have to try and lead the target at all, just aim straight at them because they're very close. Now he's getting as close as he can without actually getting spotted by the enemy. It looks like the enemy are right up in the corner. At least one of them is. There it is. It's the Strip 103. He went up in the corner. Last grid out. He's gone. The 50 TP on our team got him. We're looking around for the others. There's the UDAs. The guy who killed the Waffenträger. We're trying to get a shot in there. No, he's gone. And Lorraine goes. And that was an Amarak. And that's the end of the game. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was a first-class tanker for talon1958 of OLIMP in the M40, M43, so he did do better than Angelina. He also managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits in this game. He managed to get 13, and he also got a Confederate for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. At least 6 tanks subsequently taken out by other teammates. And in fact, every tank he hit was taken out by another teammate because, of course, none of them were killed by Talon. His win rate was 2,469, which is Unicum standard. And he says, yes, that will do nicely. It certainly does put him in the lead. Let's have a look at the team score. Well, the highest damage turned out to be the CC1 Mark II on our team, who managed to get a steel wall and a high caliber for 5,404 hit points. Second highest damage was the UDAS 16 on the enemy team, 3,182. And the third highest damage was the 50 TP on our team with 2,963. And you can see that in fourth place it was the Strip with 2,571. And then we've got Talon with 2,500 exactly. When it came to kills, the high scorer was that CC1 Mark II again. 5 kills. Just one short of getting a Top Gun. 3 kills went to the Sharp YouTuber 4, and 2 kills went to, I think that's the Bletsk and the G-Saw. And on the enemy team, their UDAS 16 and their T26 E4, and the E4 managed to get a cool-headed in that game. Talon didn't get any kills, but of course, that helped him to get the Confederate. When it came to base XP, we can see he's a lot higher up the table because the top scorer was that CC1 Mark II. So again, he's got the top in all three columns, 1,307 base to that game. And he's the only player to get over 1,000 base in the game. 961 went to the Bletsk, I think it was the Bletsk, and 956 went to the Sharpview 204, with Talon getting 915 just behind him. He fired only 12 rounds in the game, but he got 2 direct hits on the enemy, but no penetrations at all. 14 splashes, 2,500 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damaged 9 of the enemy, didn't kill any, but he got 1,075 hit points of stun assist off 13 stuns. On a premium count, he actually made 106,592 credits from that game alone, and that includes a 90,000 mission completion bonus. And he also took away 2,745 experience points out of that one as well, so it was doubly beneficial. That's a very nice total to take away from just one game. So I think you can see that Angelina managed to get that second class and a bruiser, but she was comprehensively beaten by Talon, who managed to get a first class, a bruiser, and a Confederate, and a much higher win rate as well. So at that point, it means that Talon's in the lead in the competition, but more replays have been sent in, so I'll have to run those replays and put those in a different video, and I'll be putting this one out first thing tomorrow, and hopefully we'll get the other video out shortly afterwards. Hope you enjoyed this replay. If you did, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching.